A 21-year-old woman and a 21-year-old man, who has the higher sexual marketplace value?
The woman.
25-year-old man and a 25-year-old woman, who has a higher sexual marketplace value?
The woman again.
A 30-year-old woman and a 30-year-old man, who has a higher sexual marketplace value?
The man.
The 35-year-old man and a 35-year-old woman, who has a higher sexual marketplace value?
The man.
And as I keep going in 5-year increments, will women ever overtake a man's sexual marketplace value?
Not in the long term, no.
No. Will it grow at a steady rate, or will it get exponentially larger? Meaning a 50-year-old man and a 50-year-old woman, will they have the same difference between them as a 30-year-old man and a 30-year-old woman? Or will it be greater?
It'd be greater.
Thank you. So by math, you've just said women have roughly a 10-year period before their value dips below men. So it doesn't matter if men aren't ready. Men have a fucking lifetime. Women got 10 years.
Not the same. I mean, what I do is shit. Chittababa. Hey, I had to delete a video on my channel just because I wanted to. I wanted to redo it. Because when I read back on it, or when I listened to back on it, I remember that I did it around 5 in the morning, and my voice was groggy, and it was 32 minutes, and I felt like I wasted time getting to the point instead of just getting to the point. So as always on this channel, sometimes I feel like I do things better. So yeah, those are my reasons. And the original video I deleted was how alpha women was gonna die alone. Now only 5 people watched this shit, and I'm pretty sure. So me redoing it is not a big factor anyway. So it was about how alpha females or independent women or the boss babes, they're just going to die alone. And I wanted to kind of like revamp that argument because one, it was 5 months ago when I did that, and two, I feel like there's some things that kind of opened my eyes a little bit, and I didn't want to just stick it to just women. Now I want to talk about the men too because this generation, and this is what I'm seeing in this generation. Like we're bad on both ends, both men and women. Like I can't even just put it on the women and how the women's going to die alone. Yes, they have their problem, but men, we have our problems too. That if we don't switch up too, we're going to die alone. This is, and I learned this from just observing. Just this is just observing that. Now, I've always said I'm not no guru. I'm not no love expert. I'm not. I'm just a nigga with an opinion, and this is what I see in the world. So I'm gonna start with the women since that one's kind of covered already, and it's mostly it's about how you just Kevin Samuels. I'm sorry, I was watching the stream with Carson and Kevin Hart and Drewski. That is some funny stuff if you like that type of shit. But anyway, I remember Kevin Samuels was talking about buy a dog, die alone, and like why a lot of people die alone, and why a lot of these independent women die alone, and mostly this generation because I don't want to just put it on alpha females, boss babes, and there's some women out here that I feel like is just going to die alone, and I feel like it's just going to be this generation. And I'm a millennial too, and I don't want to say a little bit of Gen Z. I will say a little bit of Gen Z, but I don't know if Gen Alpha is going to switch it around. Maybe they'll see it and they'll be like, nah, I don't want to deal with that. So, one thing I realized is, and I've noticed this after the pandemic. After the pandemic kind of fucked us all up mentally. Like how we look at things, how we interact, how we talk to people, how we don't go to nightclubs no more, the way we don't come up, confront, and talk to people no more, the way we hell to where even we respond. We're so standoffish on people that I feel like we don't know how to talk to each other. And this is coming from both genders. Even though I'm starting with women, this is coming from both genders. We do not know how to start with each other, and that is the main thing on both genders. And let me just start by that, because men, I noticed that men don't know how to talk to women because we're so scared of rejection, and we're getting rejected, or because people used to say the worst thing you could say is no, and then you see the balloon popping show, and a lot of people getting rejected for petty ass reasons, and I mean petty reasons. I don't like your shoes. I don't like your outfit. Your hair is just uneven. So I didn't see a chemistry coming on when I first, I need to hit that chemistry, and you know that's good. Shit like that. It's just like dumb shit like that. It's just like, are we even getting a chance to know each other? Now, sooner or later, I have to put up the video of my dating show concept because I've had that done before I did this, and I got a own dating show concept that I'm gonna just put up later. Hopefully, I'll put that one up before I put this one up. But I wanted to make sure I at least get this off the way. Okay, now with the women. Now I'm gonna be real with y'all. I understand, like even me, I don't call myself picky. I am selective. I say this all the time. I am not picky, but I am selective. There are some people that you just let in your space that you kind of want to be, and then but there's a lot of people who's just like sometimes we kind of X people out just for stupid things. There's a lot of which is I feel like a lot of people in this generation now, men and women, like I would say this, at least myself, I will at least have a conversation with you before I get completely turned off, because maybe okay, we can do something, we can like fix something up. Maybe this is just temporary. You don't have to look like this forever. You can probably adjust yourself and all that other stuff. Which is why I used to say all the time, like I would take a strong 6 over a 10, especially if the strong 6 is loyal and does listens and doesn't give me problems and does everything does everything good for me. I would definitely take a strong 6 over a 10 any day. But I know women is not like that. Like you got to be perfect to the T, to the point where I'm seeing women not only and I understand attraction is a thing. I've always said this. Attraction is a thing, but I'm also seeing women denying niggas that you're attracted to, but they just don't have the one or two things. You just like, oh, I'm sorry, I can't fuck with you. Like you don't know if he's going to develop that later, or like he may have it now. He doesn't have it now, but he does have it later, and all that. You really deny that. You really deny a person like that, and it really falls under the independent women and boss space, and the alpha females. Now, to me, this is your biggest problem, women who are call yourself the independent women and the boss base. This is your biggest problem. You don't know what do you want in a man except for the borderline beauty pageant answer, which I want a guy to be nice with me, don't know how, and doesn't cheat, and is real loyal, and makes the same money as I do or more, or some shit like that. Now, I've seen this plenty of times on the Kendra G show, or Kevin Samuels show, or any other people would say what they want. Now, in my opinion, y'all usually just want what the other person wants, and y'all don't really want what y'all really want. Now, and to think that and then y'all have this excuse that there's no good man, there's no good man. Now, look financially single, and I say this all the time, you don't have to date a bum. But y'all really shouldn't be basing a nigga off of your financial woes because he may be not got it now, but he can eventually get it. Go and get it if he is persistent enough. If he, because a lot of people, you beat them on the bad end, and I will admit, because I was one of those dudes who was just like, I'm not dating a woman if I didn't even have a job, and which is weird because a lot of people was pushing me to date, and I'm not gonna call anybody out because it was a lot of people, but they would literally say, "Yo, why don't you go get yourself a girl?" And I'm like, I don't have. And at that point, I was like, I didn't have no job, I didn't have no money, and it was just like, why would I go holler at somebody when I don't have the basic things for me to even uh, do with women, like take a girl out to the movies or take her to dinner or just go see something and all that other stuff. Like I'm not, I'm I don't mind paying for the first date, but I've also said I'm not paying like anything above $100. You can get the fuck out of here with, unless we're fucking. I'm that dude. I was like, if I feel like I spent over $100, I feel like I should get some pussy, and I tell women this up straight before we even get on dates, um, and I don't. Now I understand like it shouldn't be a requirement. It's just one of those things where I feel like if I spend over $100 on the first date, I should get some pussy. It's like we both waste some time. But back to back to the women. Y'all y'all wouldn't know what to do with a man to keep him. And I say this all the time. It's like, okay, if you get your man, then how do you keep what do you think you have to do to keep him? And I feel like a lot of you women either don't know or you don't feel like you have to do anything to keep that man. And that's a problem right there. Because I've seen this in relationships where, let's just say the woman make more than the man, she got her own house, car, etc., etc., and she doesn't really need a man, she just want a man. And y'all treat the man like shit, and then you emasculate him. And then you wonder why that man don't want to stay with you, and he'll get someone that maybe make let's just because like I said, he probably not even he's not a bum. He just don't make more than she do. But he'll get in a relationship with a girl that make less than he and him, and she treats him like a fucking king. And he was like, damn. It was like, oh, because she treated him like a king. She made him feel special, and I get it sometimes. Like I said, if the man is good to you, and this is the argument I done had with Material Life, aka B, shout out to her. We gone back and forth. And my whole point is just like, if the man is good for you and he has 9 out of 10 fucking good traits, are you really gonna give up that man and then just be lonely? Like the nigga treats you like the man treats you right, treats you like a queen. He's not intimidated by your money. He's not even trying to look. He's not even trying to like spend your money. He has his own money. You just make more than him. If y'all live together, yeah, he understands that you're the breadwinner, but he's not asking you for money. Are you still going to? It's just like, and you're still gonna not be with him? And some women are like that. It's just like, and this is when men look at. This is why men look at women. It's just like, so a nigga can have 9 out of 10 shit, and y'all still don't want to fuck with the nigga. And this is what why we look, because you feel like if he makes less than you, you're a bum, and a lot of women, you gradually feel like you're better than a nigga. That's the hypergamous nature. Now, I believe, like, and me and Father doesn't say this, is just like, just because you make more than me doesn't make you better than me. Like, just because, and I know this because I know dudes that make 50K and know how to salvage their money, and I know people that make 100K and doesn't know how to fucking save a goddamn dime. So, it's like, there's benefits to having a dude that make 50K that knows how you save you, because you're feeling like, damn, I'm spending all this money. The nigga can be like, see, this is where you got here. Do you really need to do this? Do you really need to go on $300 dinners? Do you really need to go on $400 brunches? Do you really need to spend this much on alcohol? No, you could cut that back. If you cut half of this, nigga with 50K, like, yo, if you cut half of this shit back, you know how much money you save? See, that's benefit. See, right there is he showed his benefits. Maybe he don't make more than you, but he showed his benefits of how important he can be. Or, that nigga's just like a protector. Like, you need, like, that nigga could probably do something for you that other people can't. And this is why I usually get mad when women say, you want a man and not need a man, because y'all feel like y'all can just replace the nigga. And this is coming from a man's point of view. You ever wonder why a nigga got one barber? Because when we find that one barber that know how to fucking cut our hair just right, we not giving up on that barber. All right, we're using that same barber because that same barber know how to make my hair look right, know how to know how to adjust the beard, know how to trim the beard, and we pay him for it. We gradually pay him for it. We don't go nowhere else. We have one barber. All right. Yeah, but this is the. It's like if our barber, let's just say if our barber is not there, we're not getting our hair cut that day. You're just like, oh, there's another nigga that can cut you. I'm good, bro. I don't want to cheat on my barber. That's a relationship right there. Because that nigga know how to cut my hair right. Or it's the same thing, like, some dude be like, I gotta get to the chicken joint before Rico get off the grill, because Rico know how to grill the chicken right. There's always that one. Yes, many people could do that job, but when you get that one person that know how to do that shit just the way you fucking like it, you don't go to nowhere else. It's just like me. I can't eat no one else's cake other than my mother's, because to me, my mother knows how to make a fucking phenomenal fucking cake. Now, I've had cake that was good, but it's not my mother's. And this is men. It's just like, yeah, this shit is good, but it ain't my mom's shit though, or it ain't my girl shit. My girl, what? My sister, my older sister, bomb ass deviled eggs. When I know my sister, it's to a point where I see my sister, and if I know she made them deviled eggs, I'm grabbing them shits first, because them shits will go, and I'm fucking hogging them shits. She see me do it. She see me do it. My sister, the same thing with oatmeal. I can make oatmeal, but when my sister made me some oatmeal one time, it was just like, yo, this shit was just fucking bananas. Like, this shit was good, and I ate the shit. And that's how it is that's how it is with a relationship. You get a nigga that treats you the way you want to, the way you need it, and the way and he hits the spot. This is what and women, y'all know this because y'all don't recycle, y'all don't use new dick, y'all recycle dick. All right, y'all don't just jump on new dick half of the time. If you got a nigga that can fuck you right, you're using that same nigga. That same nigga is fucking you right because he know how to hit your fucking spot. You ever wonder why some relationships you last be like, why you still with the nigga? And they pause for a second? It's because the nigga know how to dick her down. If it ain't one thing that nigga know how to do, is dick her down. And when she needs that itch scratched, that nigga know how to scratch that itch. And this is what I see in a relationship. You telling me a nigga that know how to fucking do all that shit, and you're just gonna say, I can get someone else to do it, and then when you get someone else to do it, you don't fucking do it. You don't do it you don't even do half of what the other nigga do. I've seen y'all act like that. That's why y'all usually go back to the nigga. Y'all got to treat like that in relationships too. It's just some things you just overlook, and this is how men. That's how men operate too. It's just like, yeah, like she don't have everything I need, but she checks out majority of the shit I really need. Like the really, really, really need. She know how to cook. She know how to clean. She fucking shut up and all that other stuff. Like she do most of that. Fuck that. I'm wifing that. I'm locking it up. And she know how to treat me like a real man and all that other stuff. I ain't going back out there because we know the dating pool is full of pee. So when we get someone that we feel like it's just, hey, it's not settling, it's compromising. Hey, it's just like, hey, I take it. It's like, it's like gambling sometimes. It's just like, could there be something better? Yeah, but I'm not wasting my time out to get it. And then maybe something I think is better is not. That's been like that. Is it? Oh, I thought you ever thought something to just be good, and then when you get it, it's just like, damn, it's not good at all. Like we understand that, so it's just like, why would I waste my time all day, which is like playing Russian roulette, or I could just lock up what I've already got, and that's men, and that's men in general. Women, y'all don't do that, and then this is why I feel like a lot of you, especially you independent alpha women, like not everything can be replaced sometimes. Or if you're gonna replace it, not everything's gonna be good. So y'all gonna so with that attitude, it's gonna keep y'all dissatisfied. Now, on to the men because we have our problems too, especially if you want a bad bitch. Now, me personally, I done said this. If I have a chance to date Amara La Negra, of course I am going to shoot my shot. Even if I don't, she is way out of my league. But all of a sudden, Amara La Negra wants to fucking uh, fuck with me. I'm definitely jumping on that. But I also know that that woman, she is as bad as she is. She probably needs a lot of maintenance, and she probably will need outfits and all that other stuff. Or she just has a lifestyle that you got to maintain. Am I going to be able to maintain that lifestyle? Now I can try, but most of the time, if I don't have the money that she does, or if I don't have the hustle that she does, I probably gonna fall out. And that's some of you men, because sometimes we are stubborn. We think not even just like high maintenance or like um I'm not gonna say her name, but me and this homegirl, and we had this conversation, and she was like, "I'm not ready to be in a relationship," but the nigga she was with liked her so much that he was just like, "You know what? I got you. What you need. Emotionally and all that other stuff." And he was just like, "Yo, he talked a big game, said that he got her and all that other stuff." And long story short, he came up short. Like he just wasn't there, and then sometimes he was just sulking him. He was sulking himself, and then like when she felt like she was pouring out to him, he wasn't doing the same. So she just was fed up with him, and like she had to leave him. Now I done spoke to both of them, and then both of them has opinions, but most of the time, like what she wanted, he wasn't delivering, and that's the problem with most of y'all men. Why I feel like a lot of men is just like y'all under deliver, you under deliver. Like we've sometimes, and uh, I've done this as well. Sometimes we talk a good game to say, or we feel like we can handle something that we probably can't, or we don't have the equipment or the mental fortitude to do. And we feel like, just because we want to be with this woman, and it's just like, yo, I can do it. I can deal with it. I can deal with it. And just no, come to find out you can't deal with it. And then we get mad because we know that we can't deal with it, and she knows that we can't deal with it, and yet we sometimes, and this is just me, I'll speak for myself, I've been stubborn enough to stay in relationships where um it didn't benefit me. And it's just men. Sometimes we stay in relationships that don't benefit us. Or, I shoot my other homegirls is just like, and even though this is particularly, and I've told her this majority of times, this is particularly your fault because, she's waiting for him to break up with her. And I'm telling her, why would he do that when he feels like everything is going great? You're the one that feels like the relationship is shitty. If he feels like the relationship is going great, why would he break up with you? But that, not to throw it back on the women, but it was just one of those things. But that's just men too. Sometimes, and as men, we're stubborn. It's just like we don't want to give up on a relationship. Sometimes it be hard like that, and it's just like I can do it, I can do it, I can do it, and it's our pride that will get ourselves in a way that we can like, yo, I can do it, I can do it. Now, this, although that's sweet, sometimes we can't, and sometimes the best thing you do is just let her go because not only you're hindering her, you're hindering yourself as well. It's okay to say, yo, I tried. Hey, like the best thing you could say is, hey, I tried. You know, I gave it a shot. I thought I was able to, but like I'm not at that particular point to where I can handle that. I thought I was, and which, you know, I liked her so much that I felt like I could, but I'm just not there. Like some, and men, we know some girls, they'll throw you on a roller coaster of emotions, and we got to learn how to handle all of them. And sometimes we can't, or we don't know how. And yeah, we go and ask for advice. We go, we start venting, and sometimes it's just like, sometimes there are times that sometimes we feel like we can't win, but we at least give it a try. But it's also what keeps us single. Now, usually when that happens, we kind of like falter that to other women. And this is kind of like the problem with red pill because a lot of red pill is just like, um, you know, if she's a whore, if this girl's a whore, she's a whore. If she's a good girl, she hangs around a whore, she's a whore, or all that other stuff. And there's a lot of dudes in there that, and I've done seen this too, that they have an underlying hatred of women. Like, instead of learning from the situation, there's like men out there that just want to see you call a girl a hoe. And, you know, that's not even your forte. Because that's why I told myself I'm red pill ish. Like, I wouldn't call myself fully red pill. Because there are some things that I can take from there and I can agree with. But there's also things that I don't agree with. That's, you know, but it's most likely the attitudes or the people that call themselves red pill. I can't follow them 100% because a lot of them are kind of corny. They're clowns or they're narcissists. Right? They have real narcissistic behavior or some shit like that. And but and you know they've been hurt one too many times that it's just like, oh, bitches ain't shit, and you know, fuck these bitches, bitches ain't shit, and they get into this I hate bitches phase, and some people never get out of that I hate bitches phase, or this girl is a 304, you know, shit like that. Like it's sad to be in, but it's I've done seen it. I done been in the I hate bitches phase, where it's just like one girl broke my heart, and I just every girl I looked at, I had this, fuck this bitch, fuck that bitch, fuck you bitch. Now I wasn't saying it out loud, but it's just like every girl I looked at made me angry, and they didn't do anything to me, but I was just angry because of the relationship I've been in, and I had to get myself out of that because I said that's not fair because some of these women never done anything bad to you. Some of these women been absolutely sweet to you. You can't be calling them bitches and hoes. So I had to snap up out of that attitude because I said that attitude is toxic, and if you keep on doing that, you're not gonna find what you really want. You're just gonna think all women are the same and just calling them bitches. That's not fair. So that's one of the main. I feel like that's one of the main problems with dudes. And then like I'm not gonna lie to you. Another problem is a lot of y'all. Sorry about that. Someone tried to call my phone. Now have to shoot. Yeah, a lot of y'all really don't know. A lot of dudes really don't know how to talk to women. And like, although I witnessed this in person, especially like the school I went to, it was a bunch of nerds that didn't know how to talk to women. But this is just something. Sometimes it's regular dudes really don't know how to talk to women, and then when they get rejected, they go fuck you, hoe. And it's to me that's baffling as well. So I I gotta call. Speaking of, I gotta do this call, so I'm gonna just wrap this up. Um, I gotta. Some of you dudes is just like y'all need an older dude or older mentor to be just to pull you in and just say, "Hey, yo, say your blood. You can't be doing that shit." A lot of we don't like dudes. We need an OG, whether it's your father, whether it's some type of male role model in your life, or anything. You need a male OG that will set you straight to be like, yo, say young blood, you can't be doing that dumb shit. Someone that, will guide you to a better path. Now, I've had a couple of people that I've called OGs that, if not my father, it's a bunch of other older men. And it's just like, not even just with women. It's just like on certain life points. Yo, you can't be doing that. You got to be showing, presenting all that stuff. Now, me, I'm hard headed, but I still listen. And then once they see me listen, they go, I see you there, young blood, and all that stuff. Every young blood, you need an OG. Like, you need an OG. If you don't have an OG, you're going to be out here savage and then, like, not. And make sure you pick the right OG. Like, someone that will actually make you a better person. And, like, someone that's going to teach you the ropes. They're going to teach you the game. Don't get me wrong, because they're not going to make you a simp. And I don't want no dudes turning into a simp. But, they're going to teach you the game. They're going to teach you what type of woman to mess with or to stay away from. And, like, tell you what type of woman is just like you need in your life. You need an OG like that. Like someone that's going to want to see you win. And they don't want nothing from you but just to see you win. Now, like I said, shout out to the OGs that wanted to see me win, or even just older brothers and all that other stuff. Like every person needs that. Overall, this is just as long as my other video. I wasn't expecting that, but I'm hoping I'm making this clear that I feel like, especially us millennials, because a lot of us, we're going to be 40 and along, if not already 40 and along. I'm seeing this trend on threads, not even on Twitter, but it's just like 42 and 40 and over. And these are some beautiful ass women. And it's just like, they're beautiful and they're single. And it's just like, why are y'all single? Why hasn't someone picked y'all up? Why haven't any of y'all found a man to? Because a lot of them, I'm looking at them, if they not have kids, you should be married by now. And I've always said this about this generation. We're a bunch of beautiful people, and yet we're not married to each other. A lot of people are single. Divorce rate, especially black people. And especially in this time and era, black people, and I'm going to end it with this. In this time and era, black people, we should be closer together, more unified than ever before. Like, we have the information, we have the technology, and we have the knowledge. We should be working together. There's no reason, and I'm saying this to my brothers and sisters, black people. There is no reason that we should be fighting each other. We should be, in my opinion, we should be uniting. We should be building. We should be getting married to each other. And, if not, you can go outside the race, I don't care. But black people specifically, if you want to marry black, we should be out there marrying people that make sense, and that's not going to bring you down. If both of y'all got this persistence to get money, if both of y'all got that chemistry with each other where y'all can just get money together and thrive and prosper, like, I feel like this is the greatest chance to do it. Yes, the economy sucks, but I also feel like this is a great chance for us to just unite and fucking get our paper together. And that's where I'm going to end it at. Let me know what y'all think. Till then, my name is Oskino Flat, and I'm out. Peace.